Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to Chelsea Aftermath episode number 11. Don't worry, Ishan will be here very, very soon. He's just running a little bit late. I thought I'll just kick things off with you guys. Don't want to wait, don't want to make you guys wait for too long. Do you know what I mean? Time is precious. And Chelsea Football Club, they're making sure that our time is nicely spent during the weekend, with a win. Thank you so much to Chelsea Football Club getting a nice little victory against Burnley. Not the greatest of performance, but sometimes you have to still grind out victories. And look, I know we do need to play better. Of course, we need to play better against Barcelona coming up midweek in the Champions League. Huge clash next up. And I know we need to play a lot better against Arsenal next weekend, which is turning out to be top of the table clash off the back of the calamities that took place during the weekend. Liverpool losing once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Nottingham Forest. Same Nottingham Forest. Football, I tell you what, man, it's all about confidence, man. It's all about confidence. It don't matter. It really doesn't matter who the opposition is. If you have the confidence to take them on, you can beat them. You can beat them. This is why I feel Chelsea Football Club, well, we are by default, on the hunt for this title. Whether we win it or not, probably most likely not going to win this, but we need to keep Arsenal as honest as possible. Liverpool, look at the shambolic situation. And as I said, it's such a confidence thing, football. Nottingham Forest, literally a few weeks ago, lost to us 3-0. Literally about a month ago, maybe, lost to us 3-0. I think it was off the back of last international break. And then that same Nottingham Forest has rocked up at Anfield and beaten Liverpool 3-0. And to be honest, Igor Jesus's goal as well probably should have counted, because I don't think there was a handball there. So look, Liverpool, all the people in the live chat telling me, oh, they're this, they're that, whatnot. Look at them. Look at them. Virgil van Dijk, is he not a defender anymore? Konate, is he not a defender anymore? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. And Man City as well. I knew, even though Man City, they were looking a little bit okay over the last few games, I always felt there's chinks in the armor. This is not the most perfect team out there. Yes, Haaland is on fire, but they've got issues, and Newcastle have, showcased those issues right in front of all of us. I haven't still watched the highlights of that. I did watch the highlights of Liverpool. I'm going to catch the highlights of Newcastle versus Manchester City. Harvey Barnes, what a player, man! This guy, if he never got injured, I think he would have become a top player. But look, all of this means Chelsea are bona fide number 2. Nothing can happen to us during this weekend and take away that number 2 position. We are 100% second in the Premier League, and it all comes down to the North London derby between Arsenal versus Spurs. If Spurs can do something, then that match against Arsenal next weekend becomes very, very tasty. So we're going to talk about all of this stuff. We'll talk about post-match reactions from Burnley. One player that we really want to talk about once Ishan's here, and we're going to delve deep into it, is Andrey Santos. Wow, what a performance, ladies and gentlemen, from Andrey Santos. Absolutely brilliant. I think he answered a lot of questions and then some. Do you know what I mean? Like, questions that weren't even there, he answered them as well. Like, if you thought, hey, I just remembered a question I'm going to ask. Nah, Santos has already answered that. He's already answered that. You don't need to ask that question. That's how well Andrey Santos has played against Burnley. And please, not for a second, I don't want anyone to downplay it that, oh, but it's Burnley, Miz, it's Burnley. Don't downplay nothing. It's a Premier League team. We're not... You have no room to downplay any of this stuff anymore, man. The way Andrey Santos was covering ground, the way he was making some crucial interceptions, that was fantastic to watch. That really was fantastic to watch. And something that I'm pretty sure Caicedo would have been very proud of. Caicedo himself finally gets a break. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Caicedo got a day off. He needed it. After the international break, he needed the day off. And boy, oh boy, brilliant performance from Andrey Santos, allowing Caicedo to have a day off as well. Something that we wanted Romeo Lavia to give us that, but Romeo Lavia is injured again. And, it tells me that Andrey Santos has got a massive future at Chelsea Football Club. Huge future at Chelsea Football Club. And I hope long it may continue. Big up to each and every one of you guys that is tuned in. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe as well. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys to show all the support that you guys show on a regular basis. Really, really appreciate that. Let's race towards 50,000. Nearly at 47,000 subscribers. Very, very close to 50,000 subscribers. And I think that'll be a fantastic milestone. We don't stop there. We keep going. Thank you to all the people that has noticed that, yes, I've changed the logo of the channel, changed the banner. I think every now and then a little bit of change is nice. I think the previous logo and the previous banner, it's been around for a long time. So a little bit of change is always prudent. Shubra, big up to you, my man. This is Andrey's best position. He can score goals, but he's a 6 in my opinion. Look, I like him. I like him as a 6. The way he's always there in the right spot. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence. The amount of time Burnley got in behind and it looked like, oh my God, they're a decisive pass away from really making something interesting. Boom, Andrey Santos is there making the interception. So it's not a coincidence that Andrey Santos is always there making those interceptions. He reads the game well. That's what it tells me. He really reads the game well. which is a testament to a very, very young player as well. Look, I don't mind him at times playing a little bit forward. I think he can play what Enzo Fernandez is doing. So I understand what Enzo Maresca said a while back, that he kind of sees Andrey Santos being the same mold of Enzo Fernandez. I see that because Andrey Santos up front has also shown me he's got the passing ability. He's already provided a couple of assists this season, and I know he can score goals. He's already scored one. When was it? In the Carabao Cup recently. So I know he can play both those positions really well. For the time being, Caicedo needs rest. He needs to fill in with Caicedo's position down the track. If Enzo Fernandez needs rest, I'm sure Andrey Santos can fill in there as well. Marvo, big up to you, my man. Santos was moving like Caicedo. Beautiful to watch, 100% beautiful to watch. Nicole, big up to you. This season is top experience and learning point for us to win the Premier League next season. Yeah, look, if someone was to tell me, Miz, we're going to utilize this season to learn and really understand what it takes to win the Premier League, and then next season we win it, I've got no problems with that. But I'm not throwing away this season. By learning, when you say it's an experience and learning point, I still want to be close proximity to Arsenal. I don't want to be 15, 20 points away from, because for me, then that's not learning. If I'm going to finish the season, let's say Arsenal wins. I hope they don't. But let's say, for argument's sake, they win. I want to be 5 to 10 points max. 5 to 10 points away. I don't want to be miles away, because for me, then, how can I expect to win next season? How can I expect to win next season if I'm that many points away? So for me, the points definitely matters a lot. Santos going to replace Enzo in the future? Perhaps he might. But for now, look, Enzo Fernandez is also a very, very good player. We're lucky to have a player like him. Look, I personally don't think he had a great outing yesterday. He did score the goal, provided some good passes, but there wasn't that many players that had a good game yesterday. Besides Andrey Santos and Cucurella and maybe Chalobah to a certain degree, for me, the standout is Andrey Santos and Cucurella. Andrey Santos ahead of everyone. Besides that, not many other players. Maybe Pedro Neto in the second half. Pedro Neto did pick up a lot in the second half. So, but I know Enzo Fernandez can do a lot better. I know he can do a lot better. Whether he becomes Santos, whether Santos takes over him in the future, yeah, perhaps he might. Prem Talk, big up to you, Miz. It's high time we respect our squad. It's high time. This brother is telling me it's high time. I have been respecting the squad. Brother, I get ridiculed on a daily basis in the live chat that, you talk about the squad too much. You hype up the squad too much. I'm probably one of the very few from the get-go who believed. Even out of all my friends that I have with Matisse, Eunice, Don, and all you can eat Chelsea, along with Don, I'm probably one of the very few, along with Don, who said the squad's there. The squad's there. I don't want to complain. Yes, there's flaws. Yes, there's things that we can do better and improve. But the squad's a good squad. It's got nice players. This is what I've been saying from the get-go. We should be competing. Well, a lot of you guys laugh, and you want to still laugh. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will still laugh in the live chat. But keep laughing. Hopefully next weekend when we play against Arsenal, I will deem that match as a must not lose. Because if we win, fantastic. And I'm going to go for the win. I'm going to hype up that game so much. I'm going for the win. But we cannot lose that game. I don't think draw is the end of the world against Arsenal next weekend. But we just can't lose. If we don't lose, we're in the game. Yes, we may not have the best squad, but the squad is an effective one to handle any game of the league. 100% I agree with that. 100% agree with that. Mohammed Ibrahim, big up my man. Miss salam. Wa alaikum assalam. Santos is better than the coach singer Enzo Fernandez. I see what you did. Yeah, fair enough. Look, let's not disrespect Enzo Fernandez by appreciating Santos. this is not. Enzo Fernandez has done a lot of stuff for us. Let's not disrespect that. Let's not disregard that. Andrey Santos could potentially become a far better player than Enzo Fernandez could. But right now, let's appreciate both. It's not the same situation. Like, I want to do a video down the track. And in fact, we're going to talk about it here as well once Ishan's here in more detail. Like, for example, the comparison between Mark Yu and Liam Delap, like that you can compare. I love Liam Delap, man. I think he's going to be a success at Chelsea Football Club. I truly like his skill set, what he brings. Right now, obviously, it's not clicking into gears, but we have to also understand he's been away from football quite a lot. He was injured. He's only just recently returned back. But I need a lot more from Liam Delap. What I'm seeing from Mark Yu off the bench, the way he reacted yesterday, Mark Yu, wow. The assist that he provided, fantastic, phenomenal. I mean, lovely play from the back, from Robert Sanchez, what a pass to Malo Gusto to Pedro Neto cutting in, and then, finding that pass to Mark Yu. But then what Mark Yu did, putting the afterburners, getting inside of his man, shrugging him off, using his physicality, cutting that ball back for Enzo Fernandez, putting it on the plate. Mark Yu, you have shown me a lot. That little bit has shown me a lot, Mark Yu. I've been advocating for him to get more minutes in recent times when Enzo Maresca was utilizing Tyreek George. Mark Yu really, he showed something special to me yesterday. And this is what I want to see from Liam Delap. Do you know what I mean? Delap, you need to be careful. If Mark Yu's about to produce those sort of moments, that's going to be a bit of a problem for you, Liam Delap. So hopefully, Liam Delap can be a lot effective down the track, and I'm sure he will be. I'm absolutely sure he will be. Unlisted, big up my man. Enzo has that superstar aura. Santos will take a while to reach that status, and that's fine. There's no rush. Andrey Santos seems like he's a team player. He knows he's going to get minutes. 100% he will get minutes. Like, I won't even be surprised if against Barcelona we go with a midfield of all Andrey Santos, Enzo Fernandez, and Moses Caicedo for a little bit more control. I won't be surprised one bit. And then we've got Arsenal coming up. So Andrey Santos knows he's obviously going to act as a backup to Caicedo for the time being. And he can be a backup to Enzo Fernandez as well. But down the track, I'm pretty sure Santos will take over. He will get minutes. There's plenty of minutes to be given. Waka, big up to him. I'm unsure about Kittens. Can't wait for Cuenta, Kendry Paez, and Amiga. My man, look, you can't wait for Kendry Paez. Kendry Paez, I think last time I saw, I don't know if he features that often for Strasbourg anymore. I think he's struggling a little bit. So calm yourself down. Amiga, okay, yes, he's shown bits and pieces, but the one striker that I'm probably more excited about at Strasbourg is probably, what's his name? Pincinelli or whatever his name is. What is that? Pincinelli, Pacanelli, but you know what I'm talking about, the Argentinian. I don't know the name exactly, but I'm probably more focused on him. And Cuenda, obviously, yes, he's going to be a hit. Look, Gittins, he frustrated me a lot yesterday, man. Gittins is very much a confidence player. You can tell he's very much a confidence player. Didn't have a very good first half, but then he produced that excellent cross. To be honest, prior to the cross, Gittins really didn't do anything. Probably had a better second half, Gittins, but look, need a lot more. Pincinelli, that's his name. All right, fair enough, thank you. But yeah, we'll talk about all of this in details. I wonder where my brother Ishan is, man. Ishan, bro, hurry up, man. We've got an episode going on, bro. We need to talk. We need to discuss. I'm sure he'll be here. He's just running a little bit late, guys. He had a few things to do. That's all right. I'm sure he'll be here very, very soon. But meanwhile, it gives us an opportunity to one-on-one with the great one. So you want to go one-on-one with the great one? I love The Rock, man. The Rock. Um, at the three, you guys, some of you guys got some mad like names, man. Just that, whatever happened to like simple names like Mark, Ben, Jacobs, Ben Jacobs. uh, but yeah, what happened to all of those stuff? I got my bad boy Ishan Badra in the building. Ishan, might as well just not rocked up, bro. Might as well just come to the next episode. I'll see you there.
Oh man. No, man, I'm sorry. I promised you 10-15 minutes. I exceeded by 5, but I couldn't miss this one. I couldn't miss this one, man. I couldn't let you have the aftermath episode load. But yeah, let's get on, man.
Come on, bro. Let's talk. First of all, brother, 3 points away from Arsenal. Hey, Arsenal got a match coming up. Are people laughing at me now, Ishan? Are they laughing at me? Manchester City dropping points. Liverpool, see you later. We'll see you next season, Liverpool. Take it easy. Have a nice, safe flight wherever you're going. Man City lost. Bro, it's up to Chelsea Football Club to stop Arsenal now. Who's laughing? Who's laughing now? I said, title run. Let's go for it. Let's compete. I mean, Ishan, how you doing, bro?
It is all in our hands. We got a bigger fish to fry. Nah, man, I'm doing absolutely great. We're back after a long, boring international break, and things were a bit nervous at the beginning because it's never good to have a first Chelsea game early kickoff after an international break. It doesn't turn out to be good every single time, and this time around, and that too against Burnley, right? This time around, also there was some nervy, scratchy thought that Chelsea fan base had in their minds that why the first game, and that too against Burnley away. But yeah, I think so. Look, in terms of performance, maybe it wasn't the best day at the office, but who cares? 3 points is all we want.
100% it wasn't the best day in the office, but
3
points
but
important.
That's what we want, miss. That's what we want. 3 points. And let me take you guys back to 3 episodes back of Chelsea aftermath when we were losing points left, right, and center. We were conceding goals. What did I tell you guys? I just need a clean sheet. I don't care. Give me a clean sheet to get things back on track. And believe me, I promise you that we'll be back on track if we focus on clean sheet. I don't care about the win. Just give me a clean sheet. I'll take a 0-0. Right? Anything but a clean sheet. And we started with that. We started with that against Spurs. And look, after that, I think so. Touch wood. It's been a clean sheet. So you know me now.
Spurs clean sheet. Wolves clean sheet. Burnley clean sheet.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Apparently, the defense. This is not good enough. Ishan, remind the live chat. I said, Maresca, what you have is still good enough. It's not how we started initially. All the flimsy mistakes, this, that, the other. What you have, even with Levi Colwill injured, is still good enough to a certain level. Whether it's good enough to win the Premier League, I never said that.
Yeah,
I never said that. I said it's good enough to compete. You're telling me, man were telling me, Ishan, remind this live chat, man were telling me Bournemouth defenders are better than Chelsea defenders. That's when Bournemouth were roaring, second in the table, third in the table. Now, all of a sudden, Bournemouth, no one wants to talk about Bournemouth anymore because what are they, 12th, 13th, 14th? Yeah. We can't be doing flip-floppy like this. You either believe or you don't believe. That's how I look at it. I've always said, people, Ishan, how many people have said Liverpool defenders? Bro, look at these guys conceding left, right, and center, bro.
Yeah.
Tell him, bro. Tell him.
No, look, man, I think so. We've had a fair share of hiccups in the defense, and I think so Maresca came in front of the audience and also in the media, and he was very clear that, look, we are losing because of our individual mistakes, because of the defensive mistakes and the red card situations. So At one point of time, I thought that that was an excuse, right? But if you look at it realistically, you'll feel that he's not wrong. He's not entirely wrong, because if you go back to the past matches that we've played, I think so. It'll be very difficult for you to find out a match where we haven't conceded a red card or haven't conceded an individual mistake, sloppy individual mistake, and we've lost that game. I think so. As far as I can remember, I think so. Bayern Munich was the only game like we were like gone, right? I don't think so. We conceded a red card in that match. Did
We didn't
we?
consider a red card, but we made errors. We had individual mistakes in that game.
Yeah.
Malo Gusto
We,
handed that goal to Harry Kane.
mm,
Chalaba, I think, own goal. Chalaba, he smashed it into our own goal. Like,
yeah. I think so. Even the Brighton game, we conceded a red card. Did we? Was the
yeah,
Brighton game a red
100%.
card?
Yeah.
Job, yeah.
That's when it all started to go backwards
Yeah,
for us.
right. So I think so. If you look at it realistically, he's not wrong. At one point of time, even I'm not gonna lie, I felt that it was an excuse. But if you look at it realistically, he's not wrong. Every match that we have lost, probably it's a result of an individual stupid mistake or red card or an injury nag. But at the end of the day, we'll just like Miss said, we have to believe. And you're 100% spot on about this, Miss, that nobody came out and here said that the squad is perfect. Neither did I. I
I
still
never
think
said that
there
either.
are flaws. I always come out and say that there are flaws. I always still think that we did not do good in the transfer window, and I'll always say that, irrespective of what happens in the how do we end the season. I'll still say that we could have done much better, much better in the transfer market, right? But
Yeah.
like Miss said, it all comes down to the day, and being in the game, being focused in the game. And I think so Maresca believing in the squad that we have, and we do have quality. We do, if we play like the synchronization that the guys possess in themselves, if they just switch it in that given day, I think so we can beat anybody. And like I told you, Miss, it's more about getting the confidence back. And we were just losing that confidence game in, game out, with those sloppy, erratic red cards, erratic fouls, stupid,
Mm.
mistakes at the back line, which costed us a hell of a lot
Bro,
times.
we were handing the opposition wins, bro. We were
Yeah,
handing them.
yeah. And look,
It
it
was
is,
all our fault.
Miss, it is one of those seasons, until whatever games we've played now. I can't. In fact, I'm here to praise Sanchez, man. I'm here to praise Robert Sanchez. He's done
Come
good
on.
this season, right? He's done good. Give the credit where it's due, man. He's been good this season.
Yesterday he was a little bit.
Hey,
Yesterday he was a little bit off the. He
Remontada.
missed he missed his old self. So he's like,
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
bring him back a little bit. But then he
yeah.
corrected himself later on. He corrected
No,
himself.
yeah, but look, I've seen the worst of our Sanchez, and I think so. This season, he's tried to at least the go error leading to goals are less. So you'll have to give props to that. It was just that our confidence, our focus wasn't there. Now, you'd remember 3 episodes back when I came here and said that just focus on the clean sheet. I need nothing else but a clean sheet.
Yeah, you
That's what
did.
I meant. Get the confidence back in terms of your defense line, in terms of the
Mm.
ability to not let goals slip in through. Just watch the team grow after that. One clean sheet changes the entire season. I'm telling you, I've seen that plenty of times. You've seen that plenty of times. The
Mm.
last time we won the Premier League was against Conte. That season is the biggest example that
Yeah.
I can take of. So clean sheets matter a hell lot of time. And I remember when I said that, give me a 0-0, people in the live chat are, oh, you're underconfident, or you don't believe in our team, or you don't do this, do that. See the result, man. And in
You
fact,
just
the
wanted
team
to
went.
you
Yeah.
just wanted to build the confidence of the defense and then go from there. 100% agree with you, man. And look,
No,
clean
100%. Yeah.
sheets, Ishan, clean sheets go a long way, man. They give you
Mm.
confidence as a unit that, look, you can trust the defenders. They're not going to concede. Just get me one goal, one moment, and
Yeah.
halas, we end the thing there, shut up shop, and we win. To have that level of confidence is very, very good. Gino here is saying, I just believe, big up to you, Gino, my man. I really enjoy our back and forth in the live chat. As I said, I'm going to bring you one of these days in the Chelsea aftermath with you, myself, Ishan, and Aria as well. We're gonna have a good conversation because I need you in the hot seat so that we all can talk to you directly. But Gino is saying, I just believe we are not ready. This squad is not the levels required. Gino, I'm starting to think I'm starting to think you're not ready. I don't think it's about the squad. I'm starting to think you don't want to be ready. I'm starting to think that it's been so long that Chelsea has been in a situation where, okay, we can now kick on. You're not used to it. You've forgotten how we used to operate once upon a time. You're not used to it. You're worried. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you need to go back into the changing room, talk to yourself, self therapy, and tell yourself, God damn it, I am ready. And then come back. Because the squad members, I'm sure they see what everyone talks about. I'm sure they see what the fans talk about. I'm ready. I'm pretty sure Kukurea. Ishan, can you sit there and say Kukurea will say, I'm not ready to compete for the Premier League? Bro, his time's
No.
running out. Kukurea's getting old.
Yeah.
Do you think Caicedo is saying, nah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Please. You think so? But these players, their time's running out, man. They want to be ready. They are ready. There are players in the squad that are 100% ready. Yes, there are certain players that are not, and that's fine. You're not going to have. You shall look at Liverpool. Were they not ready? What happened to them?
Yeah.
What happened to them this season?
They were
They're
more than
defending
ready.
champions. They were
They
more
were
than
more than
ready.
ready.
Ishan, not only they were more than ready, they invested 500 million to put in firepower into their team.
Yeah.
Bro, let's not fool around about this. Ikitike, Florian Wirtz, Isak. Forget about all the other bits and pieces that they got, which was still pretty good. Bro, which club goes and buys these three ballers, bro?
Yeah. And still come out and say that, oh, we are not ready. Oops.
so I'm starting to think, Gino, my man, you're probably not ready anymore, and you need to start getting ready, bro. Okay, Ishan, let's talk about some of this stuff that I really wanted to talk about. First of all, Ishan, I think we need to talk about our main man, Andrey Santos. For me, yesterday's performance, it wasn't the greatest performance, but one guy that really stood out to me is Andrey Santos. Bro, I'm pretty sure Caicedo from the bench, he was sitting down, but he was giving a standing ovation. Do you know what I mean? Whilst he was sitting down. In his head, he was giving a standing ovation. He would be so proud of that performance. We as Chelsea fans are very proud of that performance. Man of the match performance as well. I even said straight away, I think this guy's man of the match for this. Ishan, he was literally everywhere. Every time I'm like, oh shit, Burnley's about to open us up. Oh, the pass comes in. Andrey Santos, the interception. And he's done that multiple times in that game. Tackles, covering ground, making sure he's press resistant, helping out with the build-up. Bro, what a fantastic performance from Andrey Santos, right?
No, 100%, man. I think so. Andrey Santos, or probably the way I should say that, Maresca is. I think so. I'm getting it this in this perspective that Maresca is trying to shape him to be a deputy to Moise Caicedo. I think so. That's what I'm getting a feeling of. Because initially, when he started, you remember that he used to take the attacking space more comparatively to the number 6 or number 8. The last match that you see, or pick up the last 3 performances of Andrey Santos, he's been more of a 6 or a 8 for our team, and he's done that exceptionally well. He's evolving as an out-and-out box-to-box player, and I really enjoy that. It's not just that he has just one specialty and he's gonna nurture that, but I think so he's gonna do a bits and pieces of all the responsibilities as a midfielder, and he's gonna do that good. Initially I did not see much of the interceptions, the ball retentions, and the defensive duties of in the midfield from the Andrey Santos game that we've seen in the initial time. But from the last 3 performances of Andrey Santos, I've seen him be more into that position, and I think so the team needs him to be more of a deputy to Moise Caicedo rather than be a deputy of Cole Palmer. I think so he's tried that as well. In the initial times, you would remember, Miss, that Cole Palmer was out and out injured, and there was Andrey Santos who played in the number 10 or maybe the attacking 8 position, which I think so Maresca did not envy much, right? So maybe he's coming out and saying that, you know what, Laviat's out and out injured, and he's always injured. Esugo, nothing concrete there as well. So definitely Caicedo needs a good backup, and Andrey Santos has that gut in him, to play as a proper box to box number 8, or probably a good double six pair alongside Enzo Fernandez as well. So I would be very happy, and not just that, Miz. I think so. The ability of Andrey Santos to go bomb up and be lethal in the attacking forefront is also there. He's going to unlock that in his game as well, and um,
Mhm.
just believe me when I say that this guy has been progressing really well. He's been improving really well, and going forward, don't be surprised if this guy starts getting goals from that position as well, similar way that Caicedo is
Mm,
getting.
yeah. Do you know what? Look, I think I really do like him as a number 6. I think he's fantastic defensively. I think he's brilliant when it comes on the ball as well. He's a technical player. He's a strong player as well for a young kid. He's a very, very strong player. He's combative, like he's always there for a fight. I like him pretty much everywhere, to be honest. Like, I understand when Maresca said, I see him being similar to Enzo Fernandez. You see how Enzo Fernandez crashes into the box now and he scores a lot of goals. I'm pretty sure Andrey Santos can do similar role. There's no
Yeah.
doubts about it. Andrey Santos has got the passing ability and the scoring ability as well. But yes, he can definitely be a Moses Caicedo backup as well. I think right now, Ishan, I think he's become a Moses Caicedo backup by default. Lavia is
Yeah.
injured,
Hmm.
Esuga's injured. So by default, he's become Moses Caicedo's backup because
Hmm.
there's no other backup, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like he's going to be a backup for Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. And in fact, at times, I don't be surprised, Ishan, if you see all three play against Barcelona. Don't be surprised if
Mm.
Santos, Enzo Fernandez, and Caicedo all three play against Barcelona, because Barcelona, obviously, they like to keep the ball, they like to keep the control. If we want to
Yeah.
dominate their midfield as well, we might add another player, and it might be a fantastic midfield battle. Who knows?
Mm.
I can't wait for that game. But look, Andrey Santos, for me, Ishan, the bottom line is he's here to stay at Chelsea Football Club. He's going
Mm.
to be a long time Chelsea player. And it's good feeling that if and when Caicedo is not available,
Yeah.
there's a very, very good player that can do that job. It's a
Right.
very good feeling to have from that perspective. Um, and do you know what? He's another one of those characters like Esteval Willian. I feel like Andrey Santos, very down to earth, very humble. Not
Yeah.
really, uh, interested to create a lot of chaos outside of
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Get a lot of attention from media. Works hard, concentrates on the football.
Yeah.
Very humble guy. Seems like outside of football. I love these kind of characters, man, and I think these are really, really good characters to build at Chelsea Football Club, and they can become role model down the track for us, for future players. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. He also shows me one very important character, which is learn from his mistakes. Because I've seen him uh, right at the beginning of this season and since his career at Chelsea, right? There's one thing that it's not like he's flawless and he looks very pleasing and he looks like a 10 on 10 right from get go, just like Estevao. He's got flaws. He's shown that as well in a few of the games. And it seems like, it's more like he learns from those mistakes. He knows that,
Yeah.
the areas that he needs to work upon, his positioning. Every game that he steps on, it feels that he's added something more in his game. That's what I
Mm.
felt like,
He's
right?
always learning and always improving.
And it's look, it's quite obvious because you're coming from a different league, from different country, and adjusting to the pace of the game, to the pace of the league, the chemistry and the synchronization between the teammates. Everything is different, right? So it'll naturally take a hell lot of time to understand. But him being such a youngster and a potential star for us in the going future, I think so. Every time he steps on, his positioning gets better, his awareness gets better. If he's given a defensive duty over offensive duty, he understands that and adjusts accordingly. He knows he knows his opponents. His marking goes a bit more improved every game he steps on, and
Mhm.
this is something that I've seen improved in Andre Santos. Game in game out that he's stepped in for us, and I think so going forward, I really have a positive, positive like a feeling for this guy. I think so he's really going to be a very, very handy player for us. And just like you said, it just adds on, like it's like a cherry on top of the cake if you're
Mm.
like your nature is humble. You keep yourself very grounded, right? You just focus on your game, your football. That, like, it's like a cherry on top of the cake. Everybody will like
100%.
start liking you, right? So it's just winning from here on. So I hope he continues that, man. I really want this guy to succeed in our football club.
100%. I love how you said it's like every time you see him, he's improved than the last time. It's like
Yeah,
every single time he comes on, he's added more to his game, which is brilliant. You can just imagine he's a young player. I believe he's what, 21 maybe?
right.
Age, live chat, let me know what his age is. I don't think he's like someone who's 22, 23. He's a youngster. And you can just imagine if he keeps adding every game, he's adding and adding and adding. By the time this season is over, he could turn out to be one of the monsters in the Premier League. And, he was a monster last season for Strasbourg. So this is a lovely comment from Shubra. Santos has captained Brazil in all his youth levels. Also, he dragged the Vasco team in Serie B at the age of 17, 18. There is a reason for it. There you go, man. He's incredible. Now, next player that I want to talk about, Ishan, is in regards to Liam Delap and Mark Gue. Ishan, Mark
Mm.
Gue, look, I've been advocating for Mark Gue quite a bit in recent times because I get annoyed when I see Enzo Maresca utilizing Tyreek George in the striker position. I'm like, you got Mark Gue, but look, I understand Tyreek George is a good striker of the ball, so I get that. But Mark Gue is the out-and-out striker, right?
Yeah,
Mark Gue, Ishan, he showed me something which has earned a lot of respect from me. He showed me that there is genuinely a lot of quality in this player. The
yeah.
way he received the ball from Pedro Neto's pass, then
Mm.
he squared up to that, I think his name is Twanzebe,
Yeah,
went behind him, put the afterburners, beat him by
yeah,
pace. Then he had the footballing IQ to come, to be more. So because if you keep running on the sides, it's easy for Twanzebe to defend that because you're going to drive.
right,
But
right.
when you come inside of Twanzebe, then Twanzebe is now in a bit of a predicament. He's either going to
Yeah,
have to foul you or he's going to have to because you're in front of him, right? The
yeah.
way he was also using his physicality as well with Twanzebe
Mm. Yeah,
all the way through whilst dribbling with the ball and then cutting the ball back. So once again, footballing IQ to make sure to cut. He didn't just take a stupid shot from that angle. He thought, you know
yeah,
what? What's the probability? I need to make sense. Is it a
yeah,
good probability to have a shot, or is it a better probability to make a cutback? Enzo Fernandez is coming. He's got a clean shot at the goal, right?
yeah,
I liked a lot of things about Mark Gue yesterday, bro, for the little bits and minutes he got.
yeah.
On the contrary, I love Liam Delap a lot. I really do. And I get it. He's been injured. He's just coming back. He's going to find his rhythm. I truly trust him. I trust him to be one of the best strikers for England down the track and for Chelsea Football Club. But, Ishan, if Mark Gue is showing that levels off the bench, Liam Delap, brother,
Yeah.
Mark Gue is not a joke anymore. You better
Hmm.
watch your back, see who's behind you.
Yeah.
He's like a jaguar. He's waiting to pounce. He's like a cheetah waiting to pounce. Ishan, what do you think
Mhm.
about the situation of Mark Gue and Liam Delap?
No, this is very interesting, and especially what's happened in the last game at Burnley. I think so. Conversation has become more interesting because for the last 1.5 months, it hasn't been good for Delap since his return. Right? Let's have it right. It hasn't been good. The red card saga, he missing matches, coming up, not being at his best, showing inconsistencies, missing few chances. And here comes Mark Guyu. Mark Guyu, there is one certain thing that you're going to get from him is that 100% effort, commitment on the ground. He's going to run. He's going to run like a dog till the end of the whistle. And he just showed that. The physicality that he's shown just reminded me of Diego Costa back in the day. And it just gave me that glimpse that, bro,
That's
if
true,
this,
That's
yeah.
true.
And it's gonna look, if he's done this once, then definitely it's gonna sit in the head of plenty of defenders watching that goal, that this striker where he's nowhere in a position to create something, bodies a defender single-handedly, and then gets on to get an assist. So this will stay in the mind of the defenders for a long, long time. And I think so. Mark Guyu, what he's done is exceptional. And that too coming off the bench. It's not easy. It's not easy to come off the bench and give that sort of commitment, because you already are like a rotational player. You somewhere down the line, you might feel in your heart that, oh, come on, man, I'm just gonna get few minutes. What I'm gonna do? In
Manager really doesn't believe in me. Like, he doesn't really.
Manager doesn't believe me. It's just like 10-15 minutes. Let's see the game off. We're already leading. He could have thought that as well, because we were already leading 1-0 eventually, right? And he's like, all right, when I get my start, and probably in the cup games or maybe in the easier games, I'll show them. He could have thought that, but no. He came up and he really gave it to the defenders, and the way he created, and not just that goal, Mister. If you see his effort, his off the ball effort, that is also really impressive. The way he runs, the
pressing is good.
His pressing has always been good, Miss. I think so. Right from day one, I've seen. I think so. It's just that his instinct, I've seen that his pressing has been immaculate right from the get-go, and it is his natural ability to do that. I think so. And it's going to help a team. It's going to help a team like Chelsea, especially. So I would say keep it up. I would like to see him get more opportunities, to be very honest, because now I don't know how long Cole Palmer will be gone. I'm bringing in Cole Palmer because that's where João Pedro plays now. So since João Pedro will be playing in number 10, it's more of a conversation between Delap versus Mark Guyu, rather than a João Pedro versus Delap versus Mark Guyu if Cole Palmer returns, right? So now here's another funny thing, is that if Guyu wants to get in a shot, a good proper shot, a starting shot at the playing 11, probably this is the time. And I think so he's smart enough to realize this as well. That's why this performance came in. I just wish he gets some goals and assists in his number, because people will start talking about him more, and I want him to be in the conversation more. Once he gets more goals and assists, bro, Delap, you gotta watch your back seriously, because the Jaguar is about to bounce.
Bro, if Mark Guyu continues in this manner and he keeps performing, Delap, this is good situation. It's good for Delap. I mean, Ishan, what's your true thoughts on Delap, bro? Like, how do you feel about Delap?
Bro, look, I'll be very honest with you, and we've seen this through. We've been this through right since the day we've signed Delap. My take. I know he's a good striker, a quality striker as well, and a good prospect for the future. But I was never happy with the signing. Right now, since we've signed him, I'll have to back him, because he's our player. He's a Chelsea player, and we'll have to back him, right? He's shown some very good performances, right, in the beginning of it. And that injury came in, he went out, he came back, and he started becoming erratic, and that's where my problem is. I don't mind the performance going low and high. That's what João Pedro is doing as well. But I'm kind of cool with him, because he's shown his talent, he's shown his ability, but at least we know that he's having a downfall moment, and probably he might pick it up, or there might be games that he might be good, better, best. But when it comes to Delap, he's shown some erratic signs that has really pissed me off. The red card saga. And not just that, but previously something happened as well. So that has, I think, so took a chunk out of my head that, bro, this guy, is he actually dependable or not? Now, the only thing that can get him back to the like the consistent ways is to give me good goals and assists time and time again. Like, Miz, you're a striker, right? If being a striker, I don't want those, what they say, last pass or the pre-assist or the key passes. I want none of that, because that's the work of the midfielders and the wingers.
You want goals?
I want goals, man. I want goals, right? And that's exactly what I said with Mark Guyu as well. Wonderful performance. He got an assist, right? He probably should get more in the future, and I want goals as well from him, because that's how you become a good striker. At least give me assists for the time being, right? So Delap needs to really come to the take his shooting boots and actually be more serious about his output. And it's not just the output as well, Miss, because the Burnley game you might have seen, there were plenty of situations where he could have passed and Neto was open, and Andrey Santos was open, and I don't know what's going through his mind. He's just shooting, and his shooting is also like wide, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
His decision making is not good. It's just, I mean, I'm not judging his ability, but I'm judging as to what it's running inside his head, because it seems like
Mm.
he's being very erratic, very
Yeah.
anguished about something,
Do
something
you
going on in
know
his head.
Enzo Maresca recently said to post match when he got the red card, when he came back from his injury, his first game against Wolves, and he got himself a red card. He was so um, erratic in that game. Enzo Maresca said post game, Liam Delap, he needs to start understanding that you're not playing for yourself. You're
Yeah,
playing for your team. You're playing as a team. You're playing for Chelsea Football Club.
right.
It almost made me feel that Enzo Maresca was trying to send a message to him and say, play for the team, your performance will start being better. Right
Right.
now, you're only focused for yourself. Long range shots, doing this nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
Start think about the team. What's the best
Right.
option available? Because you're right. I saw many times yesterday. Look, there was one moment in the first half where he took the ball and he turned. That was a fantastic moment. The way he swiveled and turned and he beat his man. But then off the back of that, I remember it was a wrong decision. He passed it to, I think, Pedro Neto when he really should have passed it to Gittins, who was more available and open. And there was another opportunity, as you said, like he shot. He got into a really good position, and then his shot was just wild. But I'm hoping that all of these will come through. Maybe there's a little bit of adaptation time that's happening, but yeah, Mark Yu right now is on the lookout. He's definitely on the lookout. And look, Mark Yu took a little bit of time as well, Ishan, right? Like when he was recalled back from Sunderland, he wasn't playing straight away. And Enzo Maresca said something about Mark Yu as well, that he wasn't training the way I wanted him to train.
Yeah.
So maybe all of that has changed for Mark Yu as well. So it's going to take a little bit of time, which is fine. We we're all there to give time. Now, Ishan, let's talk about the next bit of talk. Pedro Neto. Fan base always wants to talk down on Pedro Neto, Ishan. I've seen it in the live chat. I like him. I don't know about you. I know you're going to say very, very soon, but me personally, I like him. I've always liked him, always will like him. I know what he brings to the squad. I know what he brings to the team. People talk about goals and assists, goals and assists. If you have a look at his last 5 Premier League or last 5 matches that he's been involved, bro, I think he's scored like 3 or 4 goals and he's assisted 2.
Yeah.
So I know he can do more. I know that. I know when he's on that right side and he can dribble past, he can do that better.
Yeah.
There are times I think he just invites the second defender to himself too many times. I know his
Yeah.
crossing can be a lot better.
Yeah.
There's room for improvement, but I see the benefit in having someone like Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, he's up and down 90 minutes, Ishan. He's up and down. He's in defense, helping out defense. And then, boom, counter-attack is there, counter-attacking. Ishan, what's your thoughts on Pedro Neto? Like, are you happy, not happy? Where you at?
No, look, I'm 100% happy with Pedro Neto as to the amount of output that he's brought into the table. But yes, I understand the people not being happy as well, because sometimes around you see that, especially against low blocks, his performance becomes the worst in terms of eye test. You know what I mean? Because he likes more space. Pedro Neto is kind of a player who likes space to run into. If you take the space out of the game, Neto is very like a negligible player. Why? Because like you said, his cross game needs to be better. That means definitely he's lacking a hell lot of attributes in terms of crossing, right? If you take the space out of the game, let's say a highly low block, applied team, it becomes difficult for Pedro Neto to survive in that game. He becomes very confused in that game as to what has to be done to create more. Because I think so the entire team banks on Pedro Neto now, since Cole Palmer's not there in the pitch. The entire team banks on Pedro Neto to create something. And that's why, Miz, you have seen that plenty of times he starts spamming crosses because he doesn't have space in certain low block situation. So like I told you, when it comes to Neto, it becomes difficult for him to process, analyze, and improve in low block situation, because he has a one-dimensional approach to attack. Now, I
Mm.
don't know how he'd bring in a Cole Palmer instinct inside him. How would he bring in an Estava William inside him? That is something foolish to say at this point of time. But I think so. Somewhere down the line, Maresca needs to think about this. Miss. It's more about Maresca. If you feel like the opposition is like a very high low, I mean highly low block team. I mean they definitely gonna put up a low block against us.
Mm.
Maybe we can give Pedro Neto a rest in that game, and instead of making him look like a fool in that game trying to spam crosses, which doesn't feel good most of the times.
Mm.
Probably we can go with an Estava or William. Probably we can go with the other options as well, right? So maybe it's more of the Maresca thing, because you cannot look. Pedro Neto possesses a game style which is highly effective as a counter-attacking gameplay. uh, Against low blocks it might not be that good in terms of I mean the effectiveness of it. So why not try to play him against those teams where Pedro
Mm.
Neto suits the best? I think so. Against Barcelona, he's gonna suit a lot. Against
I was
Arsenal, he's
just
gonna
gonna
suit a
say
lot.
against Barcelona, I think he will suit a lot with all the space in
Yeah,
behind.
right.
He could be he could be quite devastating. But I agree with you. When it is a team that wants to sit back, he doesn't take, like I think Connor in the last All You Can Eat Chelsea explained it perfectly. When
Yeah,
there is a team that's sitting back and we do create an opportunity for him to be 1v1, he takes too many touches and allows for the second defender to come in, and then it becomes 2v1.
yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't take one or two touch and then try and take the player on and go past them, which is a lot more easier to do when there's room in behind and when you're playing a counter-attacking football, like the way we
Exactly.
scored the second goal yesterday, where Burnley were trying to
Mm,
throw men forward and there was a lot of
yeah.
space in behind. Um, you're right. Can you teach a player how to be more effective in a low block situation? Maybe you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. But there are
But it isn't
oppositions
more
that
like Miz, you're trying to change the nature of the player. Like against
you're
low
right.
blocks, you'd rather want someone like an Estevao. You'd rather want someone
100%.
like a Cole Palmer, right? Who
Mm,
creates something out of nothing, who's crossing up much better. Who'd cut in through passes like nobody else, right? Whose low weighted passes are very good. Pedro Neto lacks those in a bit, and I think so. He's built
mm,
a nature of himself in order to
mm,
how to become a prolific winger. Pedro Neto is that kind of a player who needs space. Now, if he doesn't have space, he gets confused. Now, how do you try to make him become someone like a Cole Palmer or a Estevao? With all those
mm,
painted touches and double touches and all those skills,
mm,
Marseille turns. You can't do that maybe at this point of time. And I think so. It comes down to the manager to play skillfully.
mm,
Now you've got Pedro Neto, excellent winger, but if he's got a style of play, probably be very cautious as to let's not choke him out in certain games,
mm,
right? Burnley as well. If you see second half, like you said, second half when they were coming at us, when we are leading one goal, then a Pedro Neto makes definitely sense because he's had space.
mm,
But he scored the first goal, fair enough, and then it was a brilliant header as well. But I think so. It has to be more on the managerial decision in order to get the best out of Pedro Neto, or at least not make him look like a fool when he's started to
yeah.
spam crosses and he has no other options. Just like you said, two defenders on him, and he's like completely choked out at those cases. And one thing that I've seen is whenever Pedro enters on the pitch, and now since Cole Palmer isn't, the entire team's tendency is to mostly pass Pedro Neto and make him create rather than a
Mm,
Jamie Gittins or a Garnacho on the left hand side. So if Pedro Neto has that responsibility psychologically on the entire team in order to create more, it's not a good sign if he gets choked out in order
yeah.
to create something out of a low block. So when he's getting choked out, it's probably the best time to probably take out Neto and bring in an Estava or bring in any other option, so that the team's attacking gameplay does not become monotonous or one-sided every time.
Mm. No, I like what you said, man. I really do. I think it makes sense. Basically, what you're saying is Neto has a certain skill set. Let's use him in those situations.
Yeah,
In situations where we don't need that skill set, let's utilize other players that are capable of getting better. So I get it. One thing that from this scenario, what we talked about is predominantly attacking stuff. What Pedro Neto also gives us, Ishan, is his defensive capabilities as well. Now
That's
people will
why.
laugh.
That's
Now
why
people
Enzo
will.
doesn't want to make him sit.
That's the thing. Now people will laugh at me. Oh, look at me! He's talking about a winger and his defensive capabilities. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. You just need to understand football at a deeper level. I've started to click football is not as basic as many people think it is. There's a lot of reasons, man, on and off the ball. What we've sort of talked about so far, Ishan and I, is predominantly about Pedro Neto's abilities on the ball, if it's a counter-attacking situation or if it's a low block situation. But what we do need to understand is, what about when people need to defend? And this guy becomes an extra defender. This guy tracks back, like he runs like an animal, tracks back. This is why Enzo Maresca, as Ishan has just said, and I've said it many a time, this is why he starts, man. This is why he starts, because he gives a good balance between attack and defense, until and unless all the other wingers start producing that level of performances off the ball. I'm sorry. Enzo Maresca values what he brings off the ball a lot.
Yeah.
He may not give everything that is required up front all the time, but you best believe he's helping out to get a clean sheet for our defenders.
Yeah.
So, Ishan, like, does that hold a lot of value, like, to the squad?
Yeah. No, 100%. It holds the most value. That's why you're getting to see Pedro Neto start the most of the times. Because you know why? Enzo Maresca and the way he plays, you've always seen this, Miss, and definitely since we've shifted the game tactics and on the and on off the ball strategy, especially since the FIFA Club World Cup, you've seen that the roles and responsibility of the wingers has somewhat become 50% attack, 50% defense, or probably 60% attack, 40% defense, when earlier it was like 70-80% attack and 30-40% of defense, right? Bottom line is the defensive duties for the wingers have become more comparatively to before. Why? Because our fullbacks, either the left back or the right back, are more in a hybrid role in order to just bomb up, stay up there, come in the midfield, help the trio become a trio in the midfield, or come back to the back position, or maybe help the centre back go into the middle. So you'd see in this Maresca system, the role of the fullback is totally hybrid. Now this can happen in either of the side. Either the right back does it. You'd see Malo Gusto bomb up and become that hybrid player who plays everywhere on the pitch. You've seen Cucurella do that same role, play everywhere in the pitch. He's gone and score headers, inside the box and come back to his defensive duties as well, right? So in order to have these fullbacks play hybrid and be very dynamic on the pitch, it's so important for the team to have a resilient winger who can very well come back, drop back deep, and have that defensive attribute in him to stop a counter attack and also bomb up and attack at the same time. Pedro Neto possesses that, irrespective of what he does in low block situation and him getting caught with plenty of men defenders. He does that role very well, and that's why he's getting stuck. Estevao is showing that very good sign as well. He's being very good defensively, and he's bombing up.
Estevao works hard as well, bro. He works hard.
100%. And Miz, you'd see that any winger, I think so, Maresca at this point of time, he's not getting that quality 100% satisfying from either of Gittins or Garnacho. That's why you're seeing a lot of changes. That's why you're seeing him not being able to settle down with one of the wingers.
I think he prefers Garnacho more than Gittins, because Garnacho also tracks back. Gittins got a lot to develop, bro. He's got a lot to develop.
100%. But Garnacho also going forward, maybe his final decision making isn't 100% satisfying. Maybe that's why Gittins gets a lot of game time as well. But I think so they should be getting equal. Fact of the matter is, in a Maresca system, you would see, I don't think so you'll never see a signing such as, let's say, Hakim Ziyech as a winger. Because he's more of a winger. He doesn't like to come back.
No work rate,
right? I'm sorry, I know you love Hakim Ziyech, but in this system, he ain't surviving, man. He ain't surviving.
He would be with Desassi. In this system, he would be playing with Desassi. in this
Yeah.
current in this current Enzo Maresca system, Hakim Ziyech would be playing with Desasi, and maybe they can play some very good football wherever it is. But yeah, you're right, bro. Look, the Premier League demands it, Ishan. The Premier League demands it. You can't have too many luxury players. Maybe you can have one maximum one. But even then, you could get into trouble. If one player is not working hard, then someone else will have to work twice as hard for that one guy. And in the Premier League, if you come up against the team that is an animal, all 10 outfield players are working their socks off. Bro, I'm telling you, you're losing. If in the Premier League, I've noticed, Ishan, it's not all just about talent, It's actually about hunger and desire and how much more you want it. Look at Nottingham Forest, bro. Nottingham Forest, about a month ago, they couldn't catch a win, bro.
Yeah.
They were in disarray.
Yeah.
Fast forward 1 month later, Sean Dyche football. Now they're beating Liverpool at Anfield.
3-0. 3-0. Wow.
Do you
Crazy,
see
man.
what I'm trying to say, bro? Like,
Yeah.
this league is very unforgiving, bro. It doesn't take anyone like, for just what. Oh, you're Chelsea Football Club. Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna kneel down now. I'm gonna bow to you. No, bow to no one. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You'll have
anyone
to
can
be
get.
very special in order to win a league. And especially this time around, in the last 5-10 years, that is 10 is too long, but at least in 5, 7, 8 years, you've seen, you'll have to be very special to win a league. It's not going to be easy. Teams like Bournemouth come up and like piss you off. You know what I mean? Bournemouth is a team who beats like every team.
Bro, Crystal Palace is no joke,
Bro, none of the teams are a joke, Miz. None of the teams are a joke. Anybody can beat any team. That's the Premier League. You come out there, doesn't matter whom you play. If you snooze for a minute, you're gone. You're gone.
Hey, you want to take a quick nap? Yeah, that nap might be fatal. Yeah. That nap will make sure you are done in that game. So, you're right, brother. You're absolutely right. Anyone can beat anyone, and every game needs to be taken seriously. This is what I said before the Burnley game, that, hey, lock in. Players need to now lock in, focus, lock in every game 120%, 150% even. So now, Ishan, look, we're going to slowly wrap things up. Before we go, how's your feeling towards Barcelona game and the Arsenal game that's coming up in the Premier League? 2 big games coming up for us.
You know what? I'll talk about the Barcelona game first. I think so. Maresca has been very smart and cunning when it comes to teams who like to play high line. You've seen this against Liverpool. You've seen this against PSG at the Club World Cup final. Yes, Bayern have outputted us, and I'm really gutted about that. We could have done much better, but
yeah,
I think so. Maresca can do it. I believe in our team. Look, Barcelona, don't get me wrong, because we know this, we've seen it through. If we score 3, they are capable of scoring 4, 5, right? So let's be prepared about that.
100%.
But I think so we're going to score. And if we score, and this is where my point comes, the confidence that we built up, keeping 3, 4 clean sheets in a row, let's take that to the Barcelona game. Let's just aim to keep a clean sheet. And I definitely believe my team to score 1 or 2 minimum. I know we can do that. And if we do that, it's our day. It's our day. Look, I'm not trying to, let's say, butter a conversation here, but I'm just talking sense. The 3 clean sheets, we've got that confidence. Just take that confidence to the Barcelona game. It's the Stamford Bridge game. No pressure. It's the home crowd. Keep a clean sheet. That's what I'm saying. Do not concede. If you don't concede, it's either a draw or a win. And I'm saying we're 100% capable to at least fire in 1 goal. And if we do that, it's a W. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I say it's possible. Right? So Barcelona game, I'm really looking forward to it.
Ishan,
we'll also see what's the level.
One thing's for certainty, we will get chances. Barcelona will definitely give us chances.
That's what I'm saying. Chances. That's what I'm saying.
It's a matter of, as you said, for us to score, but their attack will definitely have chances against us as well. So how can we manage to keep a good defensive shape and, as you said, keep a clean sheet? bro, one player. I know everyone wants to talk about Yamal, but Fermin Lopez, bro, this guy is a up and coming superstar for Barcelona, bro, and he's now starting to play a lot more for Barcelona. Um, a player I would love at Chelsea Football Club. Honestly, I think he
Yeah,
would be sensational for us.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm probably more concerned about him, what he can do through the middle, because this guy is a baller. Um, and Arsenal, how you feel about Arsenal, bro?
Bro, Arsenal, man. Look, I've seen all that excited review of yours, yeah. I've seen all that excited review of yours, and I think so, I'm with you on this page, man. Ideally, what used to happen is when you're like overexcited, I'm like, no, man, miss, calm down, calma, man, calma. I'm a bit conserved, right? This is how it happens between me and you. You're always confident, and I'm always underconfident, and that turns out us to win. So every final we've gone through, it's been like that. Champions League 2021 finals, Club World Cup, Super Cup, the earlier Club World Cup, every single time, Miz is like 100%, hey, we gotta kill it. I'm like, no, man, Miz, calma, man, calma. But at this time around as well, look, Miz, the reality is this Tottenham Arsenal game is very important. Somehow,
Mm.
some way, if they lose points,
Oh,
and we go ahead and beat them, you see where I'm going with, yeah? We
I
you
know where you're
see,
going with it, bro. And I
bro,
want you to go with it.
all the laurels that these men are having, best team in last 10 years and 5 years, and they're gonna beat the Chelsea 05-06 record. All is gonna go in vain. I'm here to watch it, and it's the distance is not just there. I mean, the distance is very close. It's just about them playing bad in a game and us beating them. Is that's just it takes, to get ahead and become number one in the table. Cross them already. I'm all here for it, man. It's gonna be an exciting run for the Premier League from now on. It's gonna be difficult though, because you know why? The defensive resolute that they've shown this season is second to none, and that's where I'm
Yeah.
trying to come to my point back to the clean sheet thing. Take this clean sheet, take this run of 3, 4 clean sheets, and build it till the end of the game. You know what? You're gonna see us in the top of the league if we maintain that.
Yeah.
If not, then it's gonna be difficult. But at par, I think so. We've done a very good job to reach to the table that where we are. I know the teams that who should have won, they've lost, like such as Man City, Liverpool, but it gives us a chance to go neck to neck with the table toppers, and I think so we can go
Yes.
forward, man.
No, I agree, man. I agree. If Arsenal drop points today against Spurs, that tabletop clash next weekend becomes so exciting. But obviously, we've got Barcelona in between. We need to focus on that. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this show, this episode of Chelsea Aftermath, episode number 11. Lovely victory after the Burnley, match. Lovely victory in the sense that 3 points is what that matters the most. And of course, all the other bits and pieces that we talked about. I think it was prudent that we touch base on that. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys smash up the like button before you leave. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and subscribe to Ishan as well, guys. Give him all the love. Ishan is now, like, honestly, Ishan always talks about my growth in YouTube, and I know a lot of you guys. I've literally started to see the growth in Ishan. Ishan now is a bona fide content. Like, back in the days, I remember Ishan would just talk about everything and anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Random, everything and anything you talk about. He's just excited. Now this guy's a podcast specialist, man. Like, he's upped his game many levels. So big up to Ishan.
Thank you,
And
man.
give him
Learning from the best, learning from you, man.
100% Ishan, bro. I love chatting with you, bro. I've always have, but now you've gone to a different level, man. And I hope
Thank
people
you.
in the live chat can see that. Make sure you subscribe to Ishan as well. Subscribe to me, and we shall see you guys. We'll see. I actually want to have the All You Can Eat Chelsea episode after the Barcelona game, which means that Chelsea Aftermath might have to be the day after that. But if it's not that case, then Chelsea Aftermath will happen on the regular thing after the post the next day of the match. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, until next time, everyone, take care and see you later. Bye.